How's it going, Moxie? Hope it's going good. Here to talk to you about what we've got going on this weekend, all right? So this is gonna be a quick kind of summary and a few things to think about for what we've got programmed, all right? Before I get to the workouts, I do just want to talk briefly about the weekend, right? Since we've made it through now, I guess the third week of quarantine, let's try to take some time this weekend just to kind of decompress. I would definitely recommend try to get outside if you can, take a walk in nature, or if you can just get exposure to sunlight, do that. Spend a little bit more time outside than maybe you have the ability to do during the week, especially if you're teleworking. You are going to see the benefits, okay? Now, let's dive into the programming for this week, okay? There's 2 pieces programmed each day, but obviously you can kind of break those up any way that you want to, right? But I'll talk about what's going down, what's at least written for Saturday first, okay? We have a longer workout again. It's called Dune. It's 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10 reps of 3 movements. You have goblet squats, single arm dumbbell rows, and PVC jump overs, okay? Just to note, the single arm dumbbell rows are going to be cumulative, right? So you just have to do 50 reps between the 2 arms instead of 50 reps on each arm. That would be a little bit excessive, okay? So on this workout, guys, my main focus, just like with Friday's workout, is pacing, all right? I know that for myself, I've done a lot of these descending rep scheme workouts where my first round is faster than my second, right? So in a case like this, my round of 50 is going to be completed, let's say, maybe, I don't know, 8 minutes, right? And then my round of 40 is going to take 8.5 or 9 minutes, right? So my pace is going to decrease significantly from round 1 to round 2, and round 2, even though it's less work, will take longer, all right? Let's avoid that today, all right? It's going to allow us to stay fresher for a longer period of time, and not only that, it's also going to give us a better result down the road, okay? And one thing, so each round, just to kind of clarify on that, each round should be faster than the one that came before, right? That's going to be kind of our metric here for if we pace correctly or not. One thing to note with this, since we're going to transition from PVC jump overs into goblet squats, it's going to be a pretty gross transition. So you might want to consider trying to slow down those last 10 or so PVC jump overs just to kind of give your legs a chance to breathe and recover before you get back into those goblet squats, all right? Besides Dune, we've got 3 other pieces programmed for the weekend, all right? One is going to be some running intervals. This is the first time that we programmed those since the quarantine has started, right? We've been doing some longer workouts. This is going to be a nice kind of accessory to that. Speed focused this time, all right? So it's 3 sets, 800-meter run, minute rest, and then a 400-meter run followed by a 3-minute rest. The goal here is to do a pretty aggressive 800, but something that we could sustain for a longer duration, right? Maybe a mile to a mile and a half pace, okay? Go fast, but still kind of within our comfort zone, if you will, all right? We're gonna rest for a minute, and then we're gonna do a near max effort 400-meter sprint, followed by a 3-minute rest, right? So our focus is always going to be on that 400-meter effort, all right? Hit that if you feel inclined. You might want to break up when you do the intervals in Dune, but that's going to be, again, just entirely based on how you feel, right? Then on Sunday, we have 2 other pieces programmed. Neither one are going to be too metabolically taxing, right? One is just some accessory midline work, just like we've been doing on all of our other Sundays. It's 4 movements. We have sit-ups, glute bridges, scissor kicks, and sumo good mornings with a dumbbell. We'll be posting some demo videos for the sumo good mornings upcoming, but that's just going to be kind of like a smooth moving workout. We're not going to be trying to necessarily push the pace too aggressively there. The other piece that we have is a continuation of our front squat progression that started the Sunday before. It's going to be each mom for 5 rounds, so the same format, but this time it's going to be 5 front squats instead of 7. So hopefully, right, we'll be able to add a little bit of weight to that. This, as written, is still going to be coming from the ground for those front squats, so we'll have to clean it first. But if you have access to a rack, you are obviously more than welcome to use that, all right? If we don't have access to a barbell though, there is still an option for you on that barbell strength work. As written, it's weighted pistols, but any sort of weighted single leg movement is going to accomplish what we're looking for here. So if you need to do pistols to a box, if you want to do weighted step ups or Bulgarian split squats or anything else, that's going to be a totally valid option. The main goal here is just to retain some of that leg strength that we were developing before this whole quarantine went into effect. It's really hard to maintain that just doing things like goblet squats, right? It's just not enough load to really prompt that strength response. But if we go to a single leg, and particularly a single leg variation that's going to be challenging for us, that's going to produce a lot of great results for us now and then also down the road. All right. I hope this helps, guys. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.